Let the goatees out.
That you've got there, Penelope.
It's a stick.
A stick.
Oh, what are you afraid of? What are you alerting to?
Are you afraid of Grandma Lovey?
I'm pretty scary.
Little hops. You next, Praline? In mid-November, we started to dig our dahlia tubers from this year's growth. And we started out by spraying them down with a hard spray of water to get the dirt off, just so we could see what we were looking at. We let them dry for a couple of days, then we started to attack the tubers. We cut off those rat tail looking things and cut off anything that was rotten or did not have an active eye attached to it. Each one of those sweet potato looking things, if there's an eye attached, will grow its own new plant. So we wanted to multiply our mother stock of dahlias. It was our first year growing dahlias, so all of this is new to us and we are learning as we go.
We are attempting to take very good and explicit notes about what we're doing and how we are storing them. Originally, we had 3 sets of tubers that we were storing. The first 2, we did not do any dips into about a 5% solution of bleach. And then the third group, we did dip those. When we took them out of storage to check on them recently, we found that there was really not a big difference in whether they had been dipped into the bleach solution or not. They all were showing a little bit of sign of mildew. So we cleared those out. We threw away anything that was shriveled or too badly compromised. We sprinkled them with sulfur solution, and instead of putting them into pine shavings, we used vermiculite, which is much better. So we'll see. We're hopeful.
We'll check on the dahlia tubers over the next month while they're in storage, and then we'll pull them out in January and start them sprouting before we even get them into the ground. We want them to be a good size so they can withstand some pest nibbling. But I also got something to treat the area with called Mole Max, which you're supposed to sprinkle on and then water in. And that's supposed to keep away moles and gophers, which we have a ton of, and squirrels and rabbits and anything else that burrows. It was so much fun having dahlias growing in the garden this year, being able to cut them for our own houses and be able to share some bouquets with friends as well. My dream is that someday we might be able to have a bouquet subscription to be able to deliver beautiful, fresh bouquets to our customers. And that would be a lot of fun to see. So I know that dahlias really come into their own in summer, and our last bouquet was in fall. So we will have to get the hang of this and add more flowers to the mix so that the bouquet subscription would be able to last throughout the growing season with more flowers than just dahlias. Okay, so I'm getting ready to finally drill my holes in my bird bath because it's a beautiful day today, and then I'm gonna get the succulents back in here once I clean them up a little bit. And I am lazy, so I am not emptying out the bird bath completely, so there is still some soil and water in here. The good thing is that the water will probably keep the dust down while I'm drilling, but it might make a big mess, so we shall see. All right, here we go. This side first. Hooray!
Already see the water dripping out, which is good. Right down on the succulents below.
Okay, so we've pulled off all of this from the backs of the rest of these, so you just flip it over. Use your fingers, but I like tweezers how they get up close in there. Can you see that in there? And just pull the brown, withered, or rotting leaves out of there just to clean them up a little bit. Much better. Now we'll reset them into the bird bath. Goaties. This way. Get all of this green stuff to chew on. So pretty with the lavender. right, this is our somewhat failed vegetable garden from last year. So that's just,
You know.
I think that's kale or lettuce of some kind. So this is all good for them. They're fine to eat that. We're gonna pull it and put it in the compost anyway, so they might as well compost it for us. Thank you very much, Praline.
You don't mind?
So this, let me flip around. This was our corn maze from last year that we planted 3 times, and 3 times it got eaten. So I will be using that Mole Max over here on this whole area. I'm gonna rework the drip line so that it's in rows, because this was in a maze pattern. And then I will put our dahlia tubers over here this year so that they can have their own dahlia patch. Come here. Come here. Let me pet you. They have horns. Here they come. You got the high ground, Brulee? Hi, Brulee. Right. Okay, go ahead and go.
Mommy, go ahead.
Are our cups empty this time? You want to look at them and see? Make sure we got stuff in them.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking tea.
What
The
kind?
English way with milk.
We are in a desert type of
Climate,
arid climate. And usually Miracle March is when we seem to get the most amount of rain. We always seem to be in some sort of a water shortage, and we all have to conserve and everything up until that point. And then we get a ton of rain and we kind of catch up. But we've gotten a lot of rain in the past since Veterans Day. I think we had a lot of rain. I think it was about the 19th of November was when I started really going out and watching, because we got a big rain event. That's what we call them, an event, because it's not really a storm. We've had a couple since then. We are up to 8 inches just since November 19th.
So how long is that?
Today is December 13th. So for us,
Not even a month.
Yeah, for us, that's pretty good. That's a lot of rain.
That's as much as we get in a year sometimes.
So we're happy. It just caught us off guard. You saw what happened with the succulent bird bath, which we were happy to have
Restore.
Yes. And it turned out really beautifully, and excited to see how it grows.
From SunDust Farm Homestead.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sing a line from your favorite Christmas song.
Sing a line?
Yeah.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. That's it.
Stop it. I'm trying to get in.
You are in.
Cheers. And a happy, foggy Christmas.
Oh,
That would be nice.
we dream of a foggy Christmas because we don't get white here.
Yeah, we don't get snow here.
That's right.
That's right.
Where do we have to go for snow?
In the mountains.
We'll be gathering stuff from around the yard to do some wreaths for the next episode. So we're going to gather some rosemary and pine cones and
berries. Pyracantha, I think, is what we have.
And then some pine branches, maybe. Check that out the next time. And let us know if there's anything else that you'd like to see that we've mentioned, that you want more details about. or less. And we'll see what we can do for you.
Next to my house, which is right next.